It wasn't a no, it wasn't a yes, it was one of the strongest answers I've ever received in life from Heavenly Father. Just a very clear, go back to school. About 4.5, 5 years ago, I went through some really hard times in life. My husband went to medical school and he was applying for residency programs and he didn't get in. And life kind of fell apart for us and we moved into parents' basements, and my youngest child was 2 years old. And I thought, if we're supposed to have another child, it's supposed to be now, and this is the hardest time of life possible to have that. But I'm a woman of faith. I'm willing, if that's what he wants me to do, I will take the leap of faith. And we went to the temple and prayed and said, Heavenly Father, is it time for us to have another child? And the answer came, go back to school, which was not what I was expecting. It wasn't a no, it wasn't a yes, it was one of the strongest answers I've ever received in life from Heavenly Father. Just a very clear, go back to school. So on the application deadline, I applied to the local university and I went back to school and started back into school. And 3 months later, I was taking that basic health class and I was reading this part in the book about how women are no longer expected to do self-breast exams. And I was like, oh, it's been a while since I've done mine. And I found a lump. And sure enough, it was cancer. So I had gone through this tremendous period of depression and feeling like there was no hope left in the world, and being very angry at the world and at the systems that had caused us to just kind of get lost. I needed some help, and we needed some help as a family. I got more answers to prayers as the journey went along, but when the cancer came, something inside me changed. And I had a conversation with Heavenly Father, and I said, Heavenly Father, I know that miracles happen, and I know this cancer can be removed. I know it can disappear completely. I know these things happen. And if that's what my story needs to be, I'm willing to ask for the miracle. But if the opposite is true, if I need to go through this journey because it's meant to help somebody else, I'm willing to do that too. And I'm willing to go through cancer to make a difference somewhere, to help someone. And the answer came very clearly, this is what you need to do. You need to go through this whole process. I want you to have cancer, and I want you to speak about it, and I want you to share about it with people, and I want you to share your experience with people. So I got the news that it was cancer, and I never really had that why me moment, or cried, or broke down, or was depressed. It had the opposite effect for me. It invigorated me. It made me excited to be alive. And I'd been, suicidal just the year before and thinking about how I could end the pain. And then the cancer came, and I all of a sudden had all of this world to live for. I was considering going on and getting my PhD in economics, and had applied to universities, been accepted, and my department chair was writing letters of recommendation for programs, for graduate programs, and he said, have you considered BYU's MPA program? I said, no, I have not. And he said, I really think you should consider it. And so I started looking into the program and realized this is where I need to be. I'd started my undergraduate education at BYU 20 years prior almost, and I thought I'd never come back. I didn't have a great experience, and I didn't want to come back, and I came back to campus, and I thought I'd have all sorts of anxiety from the memories of that time in my life, and instead I felt peace. And when I went and met with the people in the program, I realized I belong here. I want to go back to BYU. I want to finish a degree from BYU, and I want it to be in the MPA program, because the people in the MPA program, they're the salt of the earth. They care so much about people and making a difference and making that impact. And I'm so inspired by their work, and I'm so inspired by the opportunity we each have as individuals to make a difference in this world. You can be the difference in somebody else's life, and we don't know where they're at in their journey, and we don't know maybe how we could be that difference, but I really believe that Heavenly Father knows. He knows how we can find those people and He knows how we can speak to them and be an answer to their prayers. And I think it's really important to listen to the Spirit and stay close to the Spirit so that it can direct you and help you be the answer to Heavenly Father's children's prayers.